with all that time, there were a lot of firsts with Ari, right? Okay? First time that I ever attended a sleepover was probably at Ezra's house. Ari was there. They became a regular thing. Not sure whose parents were pawning us off on each other, but there was a lot of sleepovers at Ezra's house. Ari's house. But the first time I remember at a sleepover was the first time we played Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of Lounge Lizards. So for those of you who are not familiar with it, it's a computer game. Ari was always a computer guy. I think that was thanks to Saul. And the goal of the game was to help Larry navigate a seedy underworld in an effort to find carnal pleasure. Okay, that's cool. So one of the other computer games was the strip poker game. Yep. You remember? I played that one. So that was definitely the first time that I had seen a dot matrix X and O naked silhouette of a female breast. Again, thanks Saul, I'm sure that I owe you for that, because at 8 or 9 that was really an experience that I remember. So. Alright, but through it all, Ari's always been a reliable and dependable friend, and the list of experiences we've shared goes on and on. Dates all the way back to Boy Scout camp when we were, I don't even know, 3rd grade, ski trips to Jiminy Peak with the Goldens, whatever the hell we did in middle school, because who remembers that? Keg parties in high school, sorry Lou, I know probably disturbed you up the block, yeah. And then, you know, Ari working at Briarcliff Day Camp, which for all the taxpayers still in Briarcliff, I'm pretty sure Ari, after all the years of working there, is now drawing a pension from Briarcliff Day Camp. Anyway. Onto that, there was all the trips to Steamboat Springs to go skiing, one awesome road trip that we made out there. Road trips to Florida, Sarasota, my parents' place, in between trips to Buffalo to see Ari at school, visits at Fordham, Giants games, summers at the Jersey Shore for the shore crowd down there. Analysts, watch out. And then winters in Killington. Yeah, all right, the Killington crowd, you know, and then finally, we were roommates in the city before I moved out, met Jenny, and then Ari moved on to obviously where he is today with Jackie. That's great. Better than us being roommates together now. But the common denominator through all is Ari's easygoing and endearing personality and his ability along the way to collect new friends, many of whom I see here celebrating with him today. So there's no doubt that these are just a few of the qualities that Jackie has found attractive in Ari as well. So if I have to think about it, dependable, reliable, endearing, very kind. You know, a lot of words, these are the kinds of words that came to my mind when describing Ari. And there were so many stories and experiences in which Ari exemplified these qualities that I had to think about, you know, really what I want to talk about. There was the one time we played golf down the shore. I lent Ari my golf clubs. After wrapping my 7-iron around a tree, handing me, like wielding it like nunchucks. Because I owe you one 7-iron. I still have yet to see the 7-iron, so sorry, reliable, incredible. Anyway, my favorite though was the weekend in Killington. It was a typical weekend, packed share house. We did it for years. Ari and I would ski together always, and we would usually head out earlier than the others for a full day of skiing. Yeah, you know where to go. I would get up, make lunch, as Ari would be lounging on the couch, enjoying his coffee. Let's go. But we get out there, make a run, we make another run. Snow wasn't great, so let's try the other side of the mountain. Okay, sounds good. So I'm leading, and to make a long story short, I lose a ski, go into the trees, knocked out, bleeding, bloody mess. I recover, I crawl out, put my ski on, make it down to the bottom of the mountain, expecting Ari to be there. Where's Ari? Oops, sorry. Ski patrol comes running out. Oh my God, take me to the hospital. Clinic right over there. So, take me to the hospital, I'm conscious, they stitch me up, but I'm concussed. And they won't release me from the clinic until somebody will come get me. So we call, hey, ski patrol, you see everybody the skiers knows, ski signs, please call ski patrol. Ari Golden, please call ski patrol. Hours pass. Nothing. About 2:30 or 3 o'clock, Ari rolls into the infirmary. Needless to say, I was a little bit excitable. I've been there. Wanted to get out. Hungry and groggy. And I just really want to go home. So after kind of giving it to him for a few minutes, I asked, where have you been? And of course, in Ari's many words, ski. Thanks. So, yeah, you're looking for me. Yeah, you're looking for me, right? So glad you enjoyed your day. You had a great time. So I'm starving, and I figured that, he's been searching for me on the slopes, haven't seen him. I asked, aren't you hungry? And his response, no, I stopped for lunch. Ate the sandwiches that I made that morning. Thanks. So anyway, just an example of Ari, what a true friend he is. And the kindness really that he exemplified at the end of that weekend was when I got home, concussed, and a little short-term memory lapse. Instead of really caring for me, explaining the situation, we had friends that had driven from Boston that night, and I asked, how was your trip? Well, in my concussed state, I didn't realize that I was asking it every 5 to 10 minutes, at which point Ari turned it into a drinking game, and every time I asked, how was your trip? They would all laugh, make a big old nuzzle here. So that's the kindness that you have to look forward to. All right, but in all sincerity, please join me. Stand up. Let's raise a glass to these guys. Jackie, I know you're well aware, Ari is one of the most kind and gentle, reliable, and loyal man that I've ever known, and I'm proud to be friends with. And although he is a man of few words, I know that he loves you very, very much. So, with that, I'm very happy for the both of you. All the happiness and the healthiness. Please raise a glass to Ari and Jackie. Hallelujah.